Hello everyone and welcome to my Java programming tutorial. In this video we will create a program to teach a first grade child how to learn subtraction. So if you have any cousins, siblings, or if you have students for like first grade, so this is the best way to create a code for them, and you are manually creating your code and you are creating for a first grade, and you can set your own conditions. So let's get started. So this is what we have. The program randomly generates two single digit integers, number 1 and number 2, with number 1 greater than equals to number 2, because as just to recall, this is for a first grade student. We don't want to make it hard to go with the negative numbers, and display a question such as what is 9 minus 2 to the student. After the student types the answer, the program displays whether the answer is correct or not. So let's take a look what we have. We will chop the problem down in step-by-step procedures. So let's take a look. The program randomly generates two single digit integers, number 1 and number 2. Let's open Eclipse and let's create a program. I will be getting rid of this part. Okay, so what we are doing is, first of all, I'm making a comment number 1, that is like kind of my pseudocode, generate random single digit, as just to focus single digit number. So let's get started. This is my comment 1, or I can say my point 1 to get started, to create random numbers, and both are of int data type. So int number 1, let's give it a name, number 1 is equals to, and how to generate random number is you call the math class in Java math.random. So it will automatically generate a random number for you, and you can set the limit of this random number by saying times 10, and you can set it to 100, 50, whatever the limit you want to set for level 1, level 2 for the first grade student. This code will only go till 10. And then what we have is, put a semicolon, and this math.random class, what it does is it will give you a double number. It means a decimal number. You need to typecast this whole statement as int, that I need an integer number. So as you can see, generate two random single digits. So that's why we have times 10, or 10 is exclusive. So it will not count 10, it will go 0 to 9. And random single digit integers. So that's why we have times 10. If you want to eliminate this single digit part, you can just set your value to 100, 1000, whatever the limit you want to set. Math.random will give you decimal numbers, but we want only for integers. So that's why we have written int. Int is a short form in integer, and this is how we use. And you just put int in parentheses before your statement. So I will copy this whole thing and I will paste, because my second number is, and change the variable name to 2, otherwise there will be an error on your left side. As you can see, Eclipse will show you error on the left side. So this is how I want to generate the second number. Both will be random. I have no idea what compiler will generate those two random numbers, and number 1 and number 2 are holding those two random numbers. Right now let's move on to our point number 2. So let's take a look what we have for point 2. So the program randomly generates two single digit integers, number 1 and number 2. All set. We have done this part, with number 1 greater than equals to number 2, and display a question. So such as like this. So now what we have to check is, we have to make sure, because as this is for a first grade student. If you don't want to work for the first grade, maybe you are working for a higher grade student, for a subtraction quiz, what you can do is you can remove this part. Otherwise, for a first grade student, if you want to avoid the negative number that it shows to student that 2 minus 9, you want to avoid that part, right? So that's where we come with our negative point. And what we have to do is, if I'm just writing my pseudocode, so that's why it's in comments. No one, compiler cannot say it, but whoever is reading my code can understand why I have written this piece of code. If number 1 is less than number 2, so here what we have to do is, there's a problem, right? So we will swap number 1 with number 2, right? Does this make sense? Like if number 1 is less than number 2, if the problem is like, because we don't know what random numbers are, and so that's how we are setting our conditions. So if it's display like this, 2 minus 9, what we have to do is, we can swap. Instead of saying, hey, random, do the random again. Maybe it's generating again and again the same thing, 3 minus 9, 4 minus 9, right? So avoid that part. What you can do is you can just swap these two numbers. So instead of this, you can say just swap, and it will be 9 minus 2. Like, we'll use our if condition. If is a condition in Java. We will check if number 1 is less than number 2. Sorry, no space. Same variable name you have to use, and in round brackets you have to write your condition. So this is my condition. If number 1 is less than number 2, then how to swap? Okay, to swap two numbers in Java, just take an example in mind. Close your eyes and think that I have 2 cakes in my 2 hands, right? One hand, on my right hand, I have a 12-pound cake. On my left hand, I'm holding a 12-pound cake. And then now I want to swap those 2 cakes. I want to swap my hands, right? So it's hard to swap those 2 cakes without holding or putting that cake to somewhere from my one hand, taking it from my one hand, and then take the value from my second hand. So this is the same way. When you have to swap in Java, what you do is you create a temporary variable. Now these two are variables, and you have to swap those 2 numbers. So what you do is you create a temporary variable to hold one of the number. You can give any number. So let's say number 1. I'm just giving temp, hey temp, hold number 1 for me, and this number, now I can update number 1 with number 2 and semicolon. These are all Java statements. This is the process of swapping. This is what we are doing. And now number 2 is equals to temp, because temp is holding my values. Now we have deal with if. First of all, we created 2 random single digit integers, and then we have make sure that both number 1 is less than number 2, and if number 1 is not less than number 2, we will do a swap. And now what we have to do is going back to our slide and display a question. Now we have to display a question. What is 9 minus 2 to the student? After the student types the answer, the program display whether the answer is correct. Now we will work on the display part. So that is our number 3, display question. And as this is a first grade student, so you have to be more readable so that student know what student need to expect. System.out.println quiz. And just like this, just making it more like student readable. Now you have to display a string first, which is what is space. Now concatenation operator. I don't know what this number 1 and number 2 are. That's why I need to put them outside of my double quotation marks. The concatenation operator, string again, minus sign, so that, or the subtraction sign, and then concatenation operator again, because this is where the string started and ending. Now I need my another variable, which is number 2, concatenation operator, and string, question mark, and your statement. So this is just a display statement. Now to take input in Java, at the top you have to declare your scanner object. Input equals to new scanner. And why we are using scanner, I have explained it in my previous video, system.in. To take input in Java, first of all you import java.util package, and then you create scanner object, which is input. You can give any name over here. You can say I, P, input, value, whatever you want. I'm saying input so that it is more readable. Now after creating this object, over here I want to take input from user, and what do you think will be the data type? Like what data type user will enter? I will say answer equals to, I will call my input name, the input object, the scanner object over here, input dot next int. As we are displaying 2 integers, so it is obvious that the answer will be an integer as well. After taking the answer, so this is number 3, display the question, and we have displayed the question and we have taken the answer from user as well. Now I have my 4th point, which is, let's go back. This is the part we have done. After the student types the answer, the program display whether the answer is correct. Now we have to check if answer is correct. So this is the point where user has given us the answer, and now to check again, there comes the if condition. So if, now we also don't even know what were those numbers and what is the answer. So what we will do is we will use those variable name again, number 1 minus number 2 equals to the answer. So this is how you compare the double equal sign in Java to check if this is the answer, if this is the same what user has given. If this is same, then we will display system.out.println, yay, you got it right, and semicolon. Else what we will do is we will display a message system.out.println. As he's a first grade student, we don't have to be harsh. We can say just make a simple statement, your answer, the whole word, is wrong, and space, answer is, and concatenation operator, what we will do is number 1 minus number 2. Okay, one thing, don't forget to put number 1 minus number 2 in the brackets, otherwise your answer will be wrong, and end your statement with a semicolon. Like, let's run our code and see what we have. So welcome to subtraction quiz. What is 9 minus 0? I guess it's 5. So your answer is wrong. Correct answer is, let's move my cursor, it's 9. Okay, I'm so dumb. Let's run. Welcome to subtraction quiz. 3 minus 1. What is 3 minus 1? Let me enter the right answer. Yeah, you got it right. So as you can see, as many times you will run your code, you will have different numbers and they are random, and it is comparing it right. So when I entered the wrong answer, it displayed the right statement over here, and when I entered the right answer, again it displayed the right statement for me. That's how you can create a subtraction quiz, multiplication quiz. You just have to change the operator. Where's the operator? So this is how you will create random numbers for every type of quiz you want to create, whether for division, addition, and then you won't need this if you are doing for addition, because you don't need to check whether number 1 is less or greater. And this is the part, this is just one teeny tiny part over here. You just change this symbol to check and display. Wherever you have displayed this negative sign, you will change that to plus sign, multiplication, division, anything you are creating a quiz for. That's it for this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.